Hi there, it's Pascal. So in this video, I'm going to be responding to a question that I normally get. It's basically, how did you find the time to start a business online when you had a full-time job? And like most people, this is where they struggle to understand what they really need to do to make that shift in their life, especially when you are working like long hours. You come back home, you're literally exhausted. So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what I did and see if you can execute the same thing, because it's more like a habit. When you form it, it stays part of you and it helps you create that success that you're looking for. Now, if this is the first time that you're coming across any of my videos, my name is Pascal Wanaji. I started my online business in 2017, and ever since I broke that barrier of 10,000 and 100,000, most people now begin to reach out and start asking for, what exactly are you doing? What are you selling? How did you make this happen? Because I literally started from nothing, and I've come to the point now I just want to give back to help people understand there is no end to success. There's one of my mentors that say, the top is always the bottom. So when you reach your financial goal that you're looking for, you will always realize there's another level and there's another level. And that's what just keeps driving us to keep producing more. Now, this video is about how do you create time to actually change your life. Where is the time? Because everybody's got 24 hours. Now, I don't want to sound like I broke the record or anything, but here is the truth. Let me take you back a little bit. Before I got started online, I was working in a job that I need to get up at 5:30 in the morning, then come back, then leave house basically like 6:10 to arrive at work 6:30, because we have a 6:30 start. And I stay there till, maybe combined with traffic and everything, I stay at work there till about 6:30 and in the evening. So that's the whole productive hour of me being active gone. So when I come back in the evening, maybe from traffic, I usually get home about 8 o'clock and 7:30, 8, depending on traffic on the day. When you arrive your home, you're like, just try to relax. And the moment you get into that mode, you just sleep, or you just try to eat dinner, get your shower for the evening, try and catch up with your family and see what happened during the day. Close your eyes, you wake up, you're in the same cycle, to do the same thing again and again. So that was where I started from. So the first philosophy I had was very wrong. I thought the answer was work more, and then I'll save up all this a lot of money, and then I will be able to create that change. Now, I got into multiple jobs. I started working more weekends, started taking overtime to see if I could save up some more money so I can, do something different, get into business. But the longer I keep taking all these works, I just realized my expenses started growing as well. And before I know what was happening, my expenses caught up with the cash flow that I was getting. I was paid. So that philosophy is wrong. If that's what you're doing currently, there's no end, there's no road that way. You better start turning back. Now, this is what I did to change. First thing is, you have to have a desire. You have to know why you're doing it, because if you don't know why this needs to happen, chances are you won't be able to execute it. You have to come up with a phrase that will change your life. So my phrase is, if this action will take me one step closer to spending time with my son, because that was my goal. I wasn't spending time with my kids, especially my son. He was the only one I had back then. And I saw him growing up. I was not really participating in his life. If there's like school meetings or parents meetings or any activity that he has, I can't go because I'm at work. Does that make sense? I can't go because I'm at work. And I realized this is not a way to bring up a child and put your trust in just what the teachers will teach them, and hopefully this boy will grow up to be a man because he's gone to school. Because in society they will say he went to school, he got a grade. But in reality, how many people are trained that way? How many people's life have changed just by going to school? There is more to it that there's something like being mentored and being coached. It's important. Most people don't invest in themselves, and when it comes to later ages in life, and I would recommend you to start investing in yourself. So this is exactly what I did. I realized my family was about to break up. I wasn't spending time with my kids and all that. So the key here was for me, well, this action get me one step to getting my family where I feel they belong. So to you can come up with a different phrase. One of my mentors' phrases, if I am 10 times bolder, what will I do in this moment? Because you're going to be making decisions. It's decisions that will drive you towards building the business online, waking up and opening your laptop, shooting the video, writing that blog. You will be making decisions, and these little decisions will mold the future that you're doing today. So when I come up to a training, when I got started, I said I was skeptical like most people. I didn't understand what I was going to sell, but the drive was strong. I need to change. I can't keep working these long hours and expect something different to happen. Insanity is doing the same thing in the same way, expecting something different to happen. Albert Einstein. So I didn't understand it, but back then I just said to myself, if this signing up for this training will get me closer to having a business online that would allow me to the time, because my idea is if you have a business online, at least you can work from home, you can do a little bit more, you can be around the house, even if it's you're not doing a lot, but at least you can balance your life a lot better than somebody that has to go out in the morning and come back in the evening and repeat that cycle. If you're around the house, you can help out with a few things and you can understand what you're doing to create a change. Like for me, it was more of how do I spend 30 minutes every day coaching my son, maybe catching up with him with what he learned in school and all that stuff. That wasn't an option before I started. So will paying this money get me one step closer to making that a reality? The answer is yes. I will take the action. Now, here's where the secret happens. How do you find the time? Now, the time is always 24 hours for everybody. You need to understand that. So the key is I read a book called The Stranger's Secret. He said 2 hours before, he said actually 1 hour before everybody wakes up in the house, you need to get up, take a pen, and start writing down what you want to do and start creating the life. He said these hours, it's the magical hours. It's the time people change. It's not a lot, but you have to do it consistently over a period of time. You will begin to see the change. But it's not something that you just do once and expect it to happen. You have to do 1 or 2 hours. I came up with 2 hours literally because I could wake up by 4 because I had to wake up before by 5. I could wake up by 4, then walk all the way to like 6, 5:20 and just rush or get into the office before 6:30. I just figured out the way I bought a bike so I wouldn't get up and get stuck in traffic. I was making decisions so that I could maximize that 2 hours. Because at one point I had to get a bike so I could cycle to work and so that I won't be stuck in traffic. You will be making decisions, critical decisions that will be molding your future. When people saw me getting on bike, they thought I was doing it for fitness, but what they didn't realize, I was doing it to get away from traffic so I can walk more in the morning before I get to work. So again, some of the things I did was, whilst I was going to work, cycling to work, I would do what? I'll be playing the audio of the training. So I'll be hearing the training in my ear, in one ear, then I'll leave the other one ear so I could hear traffic and all that. It was very early in the morning, so there was not a lot of traffic, but there was still. So you will come up with, I don't know what it's gonna be for you. You are gonna come up with a practical way of executing 2 hours in the morning. Because if you try to do this in the evening, which is the first thing I did, I tried to do it in the evening. When I come back, I realized I was exhausted. I didn't have a lot of energy and I couldn't concentrate because everybody was very active in the house. But here's the secret. Once I come back home in the evening by 8, I go to bed as soon as possible. Probably 9 o'clock. I still do that today. 9 o'clock, I'm in bed. Most people don't believe it. Unless on certain occasions, I might stay up till 10, 11. But on the majority of the week, 9 o'clock, I'm in bed. I'm about to sleep. So I could wake up by 4. I still do that today. It's just the way I've programmed my body now. And I really like it now. It's more of doing exercise in the morning and doing to get my body and thing where I want it to be. So everybody can change, but not everybody will. What I want you to take out from this video is, it's not a sales pitch. Don't look at anybody telling you that you need to get an Amazon business or you need to get an affiliate marketing business to change your life. None of that is going to change your life. It's how you spend your time is what's going to change your life. We all have the same 24 hours. I used to wonder before, how do people manage 2 companies, 3 companies, 4 companies? The truth is, they do, because they manage their time properly. They prioritize what's important to them. Like for me now, I have a note here in my bag. I schedule out everything I'm going to be doing. I'm preparing, I don't know if you can see that, I'm preparing notes for next month. It's how entrepreneurs live their life. You just schedule, this is what I'll do when I wake up in the morning. This is what I'll do when 6:30 in the morning. This is what I'll do. This is what I'll be doing by 7:30. This is what I'll be doing by 8:30. You schedule that for the whole month. You prepare. That's the hardest bit, preparing for it. When you do this phase, when the month starts, month 1, you know clearly what you need to do. There's no guesswork. There is no trial run. There's no practice. You execute. You do this 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. After 3 months, you will begin to see a difference. That's my window. Most people tell you 21 days, but I prefer 3 months because to run away from instant gratification, because you can do something for 1 month and you don't think it's working, but it's actually working, and you give up too early because you didn't see any results. You don't follow through, and that causes you to, when you hit 3 months period, you realize there was something you did in the first month that gave you a result 2 months later. And you realize, what if I had stayed consistent? I would have had more output. So that's the way I prioritize. So scheduling, living by a strict, it comes with discipline, obviously. It's not easy, but it's simple. Come with a strict plan that you follow and you execute. So the hardest bit is to sit down and actually tell yourself you're going to do something like this in the morning, and wake up in the morning by 6 o'clock and by 4 o'clock to work on an online business for the next 30 days. You're not going to do anything different within that 2-hour window. That is, you tell yourself literally, this is what I'm going to do. Then when the month hits day 1, you set an alarm, you prime your body to actually do it. You then do it. You don't need to know, you will figure out. Most people say, what will I sell? Where is the training? How do I build a website? Get your plan ready. When you open your laptop, if it's finding what to sell, you can spend 2 hours doing just research. But when you come to that firm decision, this is what I'm going to sell. So, okay, this is the next week might be, how do I build a website? It takes you 10 days to build. You need 10, maybe let's say 10 pages on the website. Say 1 page each day. You learn how to build one. Even if it takes you 2 days to build one, 2 days each. Success is that progressive realization. You will realize within 3 months, you would have all the questions that you probably have now will be answered. You'll be advertising, you'll be selling products online. Most people that you see that tell you online business or things like this don't work, they don't follow through. And that's what I encourage you to do. It's not who pays more money that wins. is who commits to a regimentation to actually execute. It's called action. You must hear most people online say action, take the action. It's not literally paying the money. Paying the money is like swiping the card, is the easiest bit. It's what you do after that changes. Can you wake up at a particular time consistently over a period of time? That's what's going to change your life. And I encourage you, you can do it. There's something in your mind that will tell you you can. And there's another thing in your mind that will tell you you can't. It's too much. It's your creative tool that God has blessed you with. You have the power to direct it to anyone that you desire. That's where Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you are right. That's it. So you can use your time properly. Just follow what I shared with you. Watch this video a couple of times. You will see, you will begin to harness that power that will prompt you to begin to take action. And once you start taking this action, start producing the result, 2021 is going to be massive for you in your life. Most people will look at you and say, what are you doing? What is the secret? Tell them, you found a book. I'll put a link in the description if you want to grab it from Amazon. It's called The Stranger's Secret. It said, you will find a magnificent life most people would envy. They will be wondering, any business you go into with this sort of attitude is prosperous. That's what happened to me. When I heard this the first time, I'm like, can this really be true? The truth is, unless you put it into practice, you're not going to experience it. But if you do, you have an amazing life waiting for you ahead. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. God bless you.